Could this be my best lamb cook yet? Hi, welcome along to Barbecue Life, where great barbecue doesn't cost a fortune. Today we are cooking a leg of lamb in the Ninja Woodfire oven. So don't worry if you don't have a Ninja, this recipe is completely transferable over to the rest of your barbecues, and we can discuss that a little bit later on. So we've got a 2.1 kilogram leg of lamb, and that just about fits inside the Ninja Woodfire. I reckon you could probably go up to about 2.5, but just be wary about the really big lamb legs, about them being able to fit in there and get the lid shut. So we're going to start off with our marinade for this lamb. So we've got a pestle and mortar, and we're going to go in with 2 large cloves of garlic and just get them nicely smashed up, so that we can build a nice paste to go over this leg of lamb. On top of that, we're then going to go on with a 30-gram pack of mint leaves that I've just taken the leaves off of the stalks and discarded the stalks. These are really good. You can store these in the fridge and just stick them in with some new potatoes at some point, and you're still going to get some awesome flavour out of there if you don't want to waste them, or you can just bin them off, whatever works for you. So again, we're going to smash these up, grind them down, and start to make a really nice paste. On top of that, we're then going to go in with the zest of a lemon and half a lemon juice and 4 anchovies. So we're going to use anchovies instead of salt in this recipe, and I'm telling you now, it works so well. So then 4 anchovies, we're just going to chop them up, get them in, get that pounded in with everything else. We're going to add the oil from that can as well, and this is going to give us, it's starting to go a little bit, I suppose sludgy is the word. We're going to loosen it up with a little bit more olive oil, and we're going to put a little splash of red wine vinegar in there as well. So this is what we're going to use to marinate our lamb. We want to get this off to one side and let this sit for at least half an hour, just so all them flavours can really work their magic to each other and start to dissipate all the way across the so that all the flavours all meld together really well. So you can stick that into the fridge for at least half an hour while you're prepping your lamb. If you can do a couple of hours, then that's even better. So lamb, taking it out of the package, put it on the chopping board, and we're just going to put some deep cuts through the leg at a slight angle, and then try and follow these down through the side and onto the back. When I turn this over, I realised just how crappy the back is, so I probably should have given it a really good look over to begin with. There was loads of silver skin on the back and loose bits of fat, so I did decide to just give that a bit of a trim up. I did some of that on camera and the majority off camera. It's really easy. You just need a boning knife. You can slide in that silver skin and then pull back towards the silver skin rather than pushing into the flesh of the leg, and that will just lift the silver skin away. Because we're cooking this quite hot, that silver skin is going to melt to an extent anyway, but the more flavour we can get into that meat, the better. So then we're just going to carry on with them cuts along the bottom. And once we've got our cuts nice and even across there, we can go on with our marinade. So we're just going to rub that in, making sure we get it in all of the slits, all the way over, 360 degrees, all the way around that lamb leg. That one needs to sit for at least 2 hours. I did mine for 7. So ideally I'd have liked a little bit longer, but we were getting hungry and we wanted to get it on. So 6 hours is good. 7's nice, 8's going to be even better, but if you've only got 2, then 2 hours is better than nothing. Ideally, you don't want to just be putting this rub on and then throwing it straight onto the Ninja. So we've got all that set up. We've got our lamb's been sitting in the fridge for a few hours. Now we need to get it out and we need to get our Ninja set up. So we're just going in with some all-purpose pellets. These are ones I've got left over from when I had the Traeger. Just going to fill that pellet hopper up. I'm not using the economizer today. I've used a complete hopper full of the pellets. I'm going to get that lamb leg into position, and as you can see, it just about fits in there. There is a little bit of wiggle room, but that fits in there quite nicely. We're going to turn the wood fire around to smoke and turn that to 185 degrees and then hit go. So that's not going to start the timer straight away. What that does is that starts the ignition on them pellets, gets a nice smoke rolling before it starts to really warm up the Ninja itself, so that you're not cooking before you're smoking. We set that for an hour. I'm expecting this cook to take about an hour, But what I am going to do is after 40 minutes, every 10 minutes, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to check the temperature. We don't want to be doing that too early on because we don't want to be letting the smoke out in the Ninja. So that is sitting there smoking away. You can see the smoke coming out of the pellet hopper there. If you don't have a Ninja and you want to be cooking this on a normal barbecue, we're just setting up for indirect cooking. So you can cook this in a Kamado, you can cook this in a Weber. Set it up for indirect cooking. Try and aim for 185 to 200 degrees C and just set it up for indirect cooking. Stick your chunk of smoking wood in there as well. Not too much. Lamb doesn't need it. It can take a lot of smoke, but it really doesn't need it. You want that lamb flavour to be coming through as well. So yeah, if you're using a more standard barbecue, then there is no issue. Just setting up for anywhere between 185 and 200 and indirect cooking. So after that 40 minutes, we're going to go in, we're going to have a look at it. You can see it's taken on a really beautiful colour. Check the temperature, it's only sitting about 35, so we know that we can carry on going. I then took this to the hour because I knew that 35 I'd have a bit more space. After that hour, I probed it and it was sitting just below 50. Now I want to take this to 53, which is a really nice medium rare. If you want it a different temperature, if you want it more well cooked, then you're going to need to take it further. If you want it more rare, then you need to be taking it less. So Google's really easy with helping you out with your temperatures. I like 53 for lamb. That is always my go-to point, and that gives you a nice blush without being too red. I would go redder, but not everybody in the family likes to go red. So after an hour, as I say, we're sitting just below, we're about 46, 47 degrees. So I'll turn it around to the roast function, stick it back in for another 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, we go in and check it, and we are sitting at 53.7, bang on where I want it to be. So what we do now is we take that off. We want to put that onto a plate, take it indoors, and let it sit on the side for 10 minutes. Don't touch it, just leave it on that plate. Oh, it's just started to rain. That's lovely. After 10 minutes, we then want to cover it loosely with some foil, and then we want to put a couple of tea towels on top, and that is just going to keep it warm while we can do the rest of our stuff. So I did decide that I was going to cook my roast potatoes in the Ninja today, so we'll talk you through them really quickly. So just parboiled my boiled potatoes like you do every other time. So a few minutes just so they're softened up on the outside, give them a good shake, fluff them up, and let them cool. The really important thing with roast potatoes is to let the steam all get out of it. That's what gives you a real nice crisp on the outside. If they're still steaming when you drop them into that oil, all you do is you spit oil everywhere and you're unable to get a real crispy potato. So they have sat for predominantly while the rest of this lamb was cooking, they've just been sitting there steaming off and cooling down. The Ninja, we're going to set that to roast. We're going to turn it up to 220 degrees. Get a tray in there with some oil in there, whatever oil we want. I've just used vegetable oil. If you want to be using beef tricky or goose fat and going the extra mile, that's completely up to you. I'm just doing standard potatoes today. Get that in. I'm going to preheat that oil for 10 minutes. Make sure it's really nice and hot. After that 10 minutes, we're going to pour our potatoes in, and we're going to set to roast again at 220 for 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, go in and give them a nice stir around, make sure they're nicely coated in fat again, and then we're going to go in for another 10 minutes. So 10 minutes preheat, 10 minutes cook, 10 minutes cook, and you've got these beautiful roast potatoes. What more could you ask for? And that's your resting time on your lamb. That's all you need to be doing. So as you can see, when we've cut into this lamb, it's got a real nice pink to it. It's cooked through nicely. It's not too red. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. You can smell that hint of smoke in there without it being too overpowering. You can smell the mint and the garlic and everything. I'm telling you now, this marinade is absolutely fantastic. So let's give it a taste. So after through dinner, I realised I didn't do a taste test because I got so excited about eating it. Beautifully tender, as you can see. Just pulls apart. That's what that marinade done. Keeping it on there with the acidity in it helps break it down, make sure it's super tender. It's beautifully pink when we cut it as well. Exactly what you want a leg of lamb to be. So if you like what we're doing here at Barbecue Life, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.